Now, Cameron, I love this mix. This mix, all of our raised beds in the greenhouse are all filled with Coast of Maine raised bed mix. It works so well. I especially love it because sometimes you can find like like lobster claws in it and stuff, which is so cool. The kids love it. It's super Maine-y. But it's a great thing, like it's a great teaching point for me to talk to kids about compost and fish emulsion and kelp and things like that. So can you tell me a little bit more about why this is so great?
Well, I think one of the first things that people need to understand is that composting takes time, and it takes really paying attention to it. There's a lot of, we lay out these huge windrows that you wouldn't in your own backyard, but the key with this is to take all those wonderful ocean-related inputs, the lobster shells for one thing, but we blend a lot of extra stuff in there. But what you've got is really cured compost, and I'll get my hand in here a little bit. But what you can see is how rich and black, and it's just awesome. And you can see that we use local wood shavings as a carbon source in the composting process. But we're also, what we did with the raised bed mix was that people would say, can I blend this? Can I blend that? Can we make something? I see these recipes for raised beds mix. So what we did was we made a really biologically diverse soil out of our basic compost technique. So we also added things like biochar.
I love biochar.
Biochar
so hot
is amazing.
Right now? Yeah, it really is. It's
so it really helps. It retains the nutrients in the soil because of the structure of it, and then releases the nutrients more slowly to the plant. So we added, that in there. We've obviously got the marine inputs in there, and what I love also is the kelp. Now we talked about kelp with your kids too.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about the kelp is the over 60 micronutrients in there, sort of a multivitamin for your plants.
Yeah.
So you've got poultry manure. This is more of a what we call a farm-based compost. So we do have some manure in this, not a lot, but that also gives it a nice nitrogen burst. And of course, farmers have been using poultry manure forever. To do their stuff. The green sand, we add a little bit of green sand in there. That gives it a little more mineral content, helps with drainage, and it just becomes a really biologically diverse blend. And we've got a little bit of peat in here. We have a local peat source in Maine. We also use some Canadian peat too. But everything is approved for organic growers, and it's an amazing biologically diverse soil for everybody to use.
That's
there
awesome.
You go.
Thank you, Cameron.
You're welcome.
That was enlightening.
I'm glad that I could actually speak behind the camera.
So good. We're gonna work hard to get you up here. So we just top dressed this bed with the Coast of Maine raised bed mix, and that's just going to add all the nutrients that Cameron just mentioned so that the soil just has it as a fresh start in the spring. And then what we'll do is I plant this as soon as snow melts. I'll put some spring peas in here and some fairy flowers, I call them. But that's because it's the entrance to the greenhouse, and it's just a nice way for kids to come by and see some flowers and pick some peas and start their day. So in the spring, we will, as soon as snow melts, I'll just hand rake it out again to take out any debris, and then I'll top dress again with Coast of Maine raised bed mix. You can see I did 2 bags of, is that 1 cubic square foot? We did 2 bags of 1 cubic foot for a 4 by
it looks like a 4 by 8.
4 by 2. So we use 2 bags for 4 by 2 to top dress. And I'll do the same thing in early spring. And I usually
Are you talking about the depth when you're saying 2, then?
No, like 2.
You're saying 4. That's 4 feet across.
Oh, that's 4?
That's 4.
So 4 by 8.
Yeah. Yes. Steph's a great farmer, but not much of a mathematician.
No. I have a scale and a weight to help me with that. We're good. So yeah, that's how we finish out our garden bed for the fall.
Excellent.